Happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen again, where I usually start off. And today I think it's January 9th, and it started out really windy today. So kind of keeping an eye on that. I really don't want to go work outside when it's super windy and have dirt blow in my face. But I do have a couple projects that I need to get taken care of today. Towards the back of my yard, I had two planter boxes where I had some vegetables. Well, I've dug up the plants that were in there for the most part because they're pretty much done, and I pulled out the weeds that I could get. Some of them I need a shovel. I let them get a little too crazy, but I'm gonna work on my irrigation today, and I'll put some links down in the description of where I got this stuff. I actually started off with a decent sized kit 3 or 4 years ago, I forget, and it came with all the stuff that I needed. I think I just needed to get a timer for it, because really I change how long and the times that everything's watered outside depending on what it's like outside. So summer, yeah, they're gonna get a little bit more water than they would in winter. Winter, I usually turn them off because there's nothing really growing. Now I still have some stuff, but it's nothing that's really like flourishing. It's things that they're coming to an end. Like my beans, those are just drying up. So once those are dry, then I'll pick them off of the plant and I'll save the seeds and use them next year. I've always had really good luck with the beans. And I also plan on planting a lot of flowers, so I got to work on getting that area situated. But this is what I have coming out from where the timer's connected to the faucet, and I think it's half an inch. It's half an inch, and it's a roll of 100 feet. It goes pretty far as like what I'm using it for. So I've only bought, I think, a couple rolls of this, and I'll continue to add on. I forget how many plants the newest one that I have says it could water up to, but the first one was 250. I do not have 250 out there being watered. So this is really cool. And then the tubing that comes off of it, I have a couple little tools to cut that, the little blade in there. It works really well. I don't want to use a scissors with this because I don't want to bend it and make it harder for me to attach something. And plus I want it straight. I don't want some funky cut because I get a little impatient, so I would probably cut it a little weird. Also, one huge word of advice: use hot water. Get a pot, a cup, something of hot water. If you leave the ends in there for, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds or so, depending on how hot the water was, it'll soften it up. It's not going to ruin it, and then it makes whatever attachments you're using a lot easier to put on there. Like this one's an end cap, so put that in the hot water, and then when you go to put that on the end, it's a lot easier, and then you just twist it and it locks it. So there's that. I also have a lot of the drip tubing. This one, I forget what the spacing was. I think it's like 9 inches between each of them. And this I had pre-cut. I just never got around to putting it out there. And the drip ones I might use more for the flowers, because those plants, they're probably going to be closer together than, say, like my tomato plants. My tomato plants, I'm going to space them a little bit better. So they might not be that close, and I'm trying not to waste water. I want everything to get enough water and look really good out there, but I'm really trying not to waste it. So yeah, I have plants that are spaced pretty far apart. This is just some solid tubing. There are no little holes in there. But I would attach this to the 1/2 inch tube and then kind of put it wherever I want. And then My favorite attachments to use are these ones. They put out a ½ gallon an hour, and these are little drip attachments. I do have some that are a gallon. I think I have those in my towers, and then when I make the new towers, I'll probably use those. And if I'm not sure, I'll set it all up before I put plants in there and test it out, just so I don't accidentally kill the plants or overwater them, because I've done that before too. But there are all kinds of little attachments that I can use. I totally have enough supplies. And then I like using these little mesh bags. I can see right away what's in there. And if something's damp in there from when I came back in, it's not gonna get all yucky. But these little tees, I would attach the skinny one to the ½ inch, and then I could put that on there and then put more lines coming out. So maybe I have some plants in a weird spot. I don't want to waste the bigger tubing. I could just run that off of it and then put them out somewhere. And I haven't really had any issues. I think the only one where I probably messed up, I had some corn out here that I had tried putting in pots. It grew really well, but I noticed they weren't getting as much water as I thought that they were going to get. And I think it was just the position that I had this coming off of that ½ inch tubing. It was up a little higher. I probably should have put it down a little bit more in that tubing. So I don't think it got the right amount of pressure, but it's okay. It's a learning experience. And I'm gonna move on. I'm doing something totally different right there. And if I really do it this year, it's gonna be so exciting. It's something for my daughter, and it's gonna be awesome. I don't wanna tell you guys yet. So once I start making the plans, I'll do a video on it, but it's really, really exciting. I'll give you a little hint. It has to do with the Wizard of Oz. So really exciting. I'm actually taking vacation so I can work on it. But I'll keep you guys posted when that actually happens. But I have some great ideas. So I'm pretty much ready with my supplies. Also, I got some zinnia seeds from the dollar store. They were just $1, and I thought, why not? I'll sprinkle them all around when I plant my sunflowers. I want different heights. So I'll show you when we go out there, but I'm making a little fence area before you get into another part of the yard. And I want some huge sunflowers. But then I also want some of the shorter plants. I want bachelor buttons in there. I think I have some Cosmo seeds. And then I love zinnias. They're really pretty, so many different colors. And I figured, why not? It's a huge box. It was only $1. It says $2.99, but I got it at Dollar Tree, so it was $1. And if it doesn't work out, well, it's not going to be the end of the world. And also, I have a lot of marigolds that I want to plant. Those are supposed to help keep some pests away. I think they're saying gophers don't like them, so I'm gonna try and plant a lot of those. And they are pretty little flowers. They don't have the sweetest smell, but they're very pretty, and other little bugs will like them, beneficial insects. So that's nice. I still have some tomato cuttings in here. I don't know if you can see the top one. Yeah, I think you can. That's just some basil. And it started to flower, so I think it changes the taste too much, so I'm not really gonna eat from the plants out there anymore, but I can save the seeds, so I'll do that. And then plus it looks really pretty. Cut it, put it in a little vase. I have a couple rose cuttings. This one did come from my plant outside, and this was from a bouquet that one of the people from work gave to me, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna try and start the rose. And sure enough, it started. I have a little rose bush out there, but look at how long this stem is. It's long stem, and it feels pretty strong. This is one of the new blooms. I think I've had it for, it's going on a year. I think she gave it to me around Mother's Day. So the plant will be a year old soon. And it's a really nice plant. It's funny, the bouquet that she gave me, the flowers didn't smell as strong as what's coming off of the plant now. So that was a really nice surprise. I did not know that would happen. And then I have a couple more in here. I'll put a rooting hormone on them, and then I'll just go stick them in the ground. That's how that one started, but also make sure that it gets enough water. I don't let it dry out. And I was pleasantly surprised. I really didn't put much effort into it, and it rooted. So that was really, really cool. Really excited about that. Hopefully it happens for the other ones, but we'll see about that. And I think that's pretty much it. I could take you guys outside. It's not very exciting, but thank you all for watching, and I'll take you outside. So here's some of what I was working on. This mulch that was up here, there's cardboard underneath it, and it worked really well, so I expanded it a little bit, and I sunk a couple pots in here. It's still a mess, but I'm getting there. Gonna rework my maze. That's what we just walked into. Put another pot in the ground, and this area right here, I want beans growing all up here. So once that gets situated, it's gonna be beans. And I still have strawberries. Look at how big that one is. And they're still sweet too. That doesn't look perfect, but that's okay. Any of the not perfect spots I can just cut off. But not bad for it being January. Can't help but show you guys this tomato plant. Super proud of it. I trimmed it a lot just to cut off some of the dead leaves and just extra leaves that I didn't really want. But it's a cherry tomato. They are really sweet. I'm surprised that it's doing so well. This was the one that, if you've seen some of the previous videos, it had spider mites, and I had cut it all the ways back, and I was gonna rip it out, and then healthy stuff started growing. So I figured, oh, what the heck, I'm not putting anything here right now, so I'll just leave it. And yeah, I've gotten a ton of tomatoes. There's my aloe. This was supposed to just be a temporary spot for it. Well, I still haven't moved it to its permanent spot. And this came from one of my friends. And wow, it's looking really nice. There's my rose bush that I started from a cutting. And I've gotten a few roses off of there. And they smell really good. Just ignore the weeds. Some more strawberries hanging off the side of the box. So those will be nice. Some of these, they were runners that I was supposed to try and start them somewhere else, but I just didn't. So there they are. I have a lot more strawberry plants, so that's cool. The chard is still hanging in there, but I'm pretty much done with it. I had left it for the bugs. And then there's that 1/2 inch tubing in here. And then see how I have the, I think it's 1/4 inch. I'll put some more info in the description. But I have that, and then I have the little 1/2 gallon drip things at the end. And it goes down this bed. This is another one of my milkweed plants. These leaves, they're pretty big, and I didn't intend for this to be in here. It just magically appeared. So I don't know if something, well, probably something dropped a seed in there. But I just left it. When I have my caterpillars, this is what I take the leaves from. The butterflies actually prefer my other plant that's in a pot when they lay their eggs. So I've been using this to feed them when I bring them in the house. So this mess back here, I'm gonna run that 1/2 inch down. I don't know how far I'm gonna go, but then I'm gonna have it go out that way, and I'm gonna be planting peppers and tomatoes. But here, this whole border is gonna be for flowers. That's actually part of a bed frame. I just need to take off those legs and then stake it so it stays up, and I'm gonna have huge sunflowers in there. So I'm gonna use that for support. My little boat planter, I don't know where I'm really gonna put it, but obviously I did a horrible job last year. And then my bike planter, the other part to it is in another spot. I'll have to get that situated and make something fun. But this is where I'm gonna put the rest of the irrigation. And there's still a lot of work. There's a lot of junk that's still here that I haven't taken to the dump yet. But that wood pile back there. There's an asphalt pile. That's not staying. It's just slowly shrinking. I'm just lagging it. But this will be really, really pretty. So I'm really good at repurposing stuff. And I wanted a little bird feeder out there for a watering thing or whatever for the birds. So I had these gallon containers. I don't know, maybe I could find the other part of the video and cut it in here. But I had cut the top off, I put cement, and then I had gotten some little pipes. I think they're like 4 or 5 feet high. And I had stuck it in there, put some cement. So now I have like the base and the little stand for it. Well, this, I probably could have done a better job cleaning it, but it's the bottom of a planter. It's just plastic. It's a little water tray, whatever it's called. And then I had got a couple little attachments. I knew I'd use them eventually, but these, I could tighten that at the bottom. So I figured I would attach it to this and then put it on that pipe and then tighten it. And so it's up about this high. I was also thinking of ways to make this look more like a flower. So I might add something along here. It'll also keep it bug free underneath there, because yeah, little spiders will get in there. I'd rather not have more spiders. I know they're good, but I don't appreciate them as much as I probably should. So there's that. I cut a hole through there. What I did, I actually heated this up. I held it with little tongs, heated it up, and then just poked a hole, because I figured I'd get some kind of glue to attach it a little bit better. And then I was thinking, what am I going to put over the top so it's not ugly? Well, I have tons of Easter eggs. Seriously, I have tons, because they were like 19 cents after Easter one year for a bag of them. So I bought a whole bunch. Who knows what else I'm going to do with them. But it'll be fun for my daughter to play with too. But I have all kinds of different sizes. This was the little one. I think I'm going to end up using the bigger size, but I want it to look like a flower. So the little one, I think I'm going to glue down this bigger one. I know I'm not really going to be able to see the top of it, but depending where I am in my yard, because it's a little bit of a slant, I want it to look nice too. So I figured I'd put that in there. When I'm done, completely done, I'm going to paint the metal pole green, and then I'll see if there's some kind of leaf I can make or something that I find, and I'll attach it on there so it looks like a huge flower. When I'm completely done, I'll show you guys too, but figured I'd add this in here since I lag it so bad at finishing my projects. I have a million projects, but I don't always finish them all. And then this, it's Loctite. It says waterproof sealant. Also, I am not getting sick. I just woke up and my coffee has not kicked in. So yeah, I sound a little sleepy. And I wanted to hurry up and video before my helper gets up and joins me. But this is what's going on with this. And I got to do a little bit more research, because if I shouldn't put water in here, I don't want to hurt the birds. Then I'll just use it for bird seed, because they're not going to be touching that glue anyways. It says aquarium safe, indoor, outdoor. So we'll see. Should put something under there so I don't mess up my table. And it says tack free in 45 minutes. So I'll put a little ring. So there's a little ring. This stuff is stinky. I'm gonna make it so it's gonna be okay if I do put water in it. So that looks pretty good to cover that. And then I'll wait a little bit. And then I'm just gonna attach that. So attach that to there, then I can just slide it on that pole. That way I don't have to dig it up from the ground. So wherever I end up putting it, I'll show you guys. I do have tons of birds that come visit me. There are a lot of mockingbirds, a lot of scrub jays, and I think it's a scrub jay that I noticed that he buries seeds in my backyard. I've had weird random trees pop up, and I was watching him one day and he digs a little hole with his beak and he puts stuff in there. So that's cool. Also, when I find grubs, so Japanese beetles, they're larva, whatever the little thing is before it turns into the beetle. They're grubs, and they're pretty big. When we had chickens a long time ago, oh yeah, they would love it when we would dig up stuff. But we don't have chickens right now. In the future, I'll probably get some. I think the city that I'm in, I can have up to 3. So yeah, I'm gonna get 3. One of my neighbors, they have a ton. So, and they have roosters. So it shouldn't be a problem if I accidentally get more. But we'll throw those out for the birds when we dig up the grubs, and they disappear, so somebody likes eating them. But that's always, it's fun to watch the birds. So I want to have something else out there for them. Plus, they're good at getting rid of the other bugs. I don't know what eats pincher bugs, but that seems to probably be the main problem that I've found in my garden, and I don't want to use pesticides. I'm only going to use natural stuff because I like being able to go out there and just pick something and eat it. And I don't want to harm anything else. I don't want to harm the beneficial insects. There are other things that you can use, like I think diatomaceous earth. It's like a powder, but if you put that out there and the bees get to it, it's gonna hurt them. So I definitely don't want to hurt the bees. I've read some people would use it, they would put it on the plants at night and then they would rinse it off in the morning, so before everybody else woke up and came to visit the garden. But that, I don't want to risk it and end up forgetting. So I'm just going to find other ways to control the pincher bugs. I think it was oil and soy sauce is what I used, and I got a ton of them. I just like put a little cup in the ground and they made their way to it and fell in. But yeah, I do not like the pincher bugs either. So this feels pretty good. I could put something under it. Just don't want to mess up what I did. Just gonna put some around the opening. And I'm sure I'll end up using this for other stuff too. I should have seen which one of these opens better. It's fine. I'll use some tape to kind of hold that, and then I'll show you guys after it dries. Well, there you go. It's on there. Looks pretty level. I might check it out with the level a little bit later and then just adjust it. There's that part, so that's just gonna sit on top of the pole, and it'll be a bird feeder or a bird bath. See, my helper needs me. But thank you guys very much for watching. Oh, piece of her egg. You want to say bye to everybody? Yes, baby? Look it, say bye everybody. Bye. Say bye. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I upload more videos, hit that bell notification. But thank you.